Hello and welcome to Talks with Dami. This is a mini series of where I talk about different topics that I believe is important to talk about in today's society, ranging from topics from mental health to friendships to how to navigate college to study tips, how to apply to college, how to, be yourself in a world which tells us to conform into a box and be something that we're not, etc. So basically everything that's important to how to live in today's life and the stages that we are. So today I'm gonna start off with a topic that is very important because we just had a national day for it. And the first topic is going to be mental health. Yay! So I'm gonna start off by telling us the definition of mental health. Also, look at my beautiful computer, you know. So, according to Google, mental health is a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. If you didn't understand that, let me tell you another definition. According to mentalhealth.gov, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. So I just basically broke down that definition of mental health. So basically, mental health is a very important thing when living in the way we live today, because there are so many things out here in life that are going to be thrown at us and that we need to know how to maneuver through it while keeping our mental health sound and okay. Mental health, even though it's talked about a lot, we try to take care of it a lot, it still has a stigma between it, because there are some people who don't know how to navigate through it. I'm still having issues navigating through it. Everybody has their own issues, but in early ages of life, people believe that mental health was not a thing that we should talk about. It was taboo. Like in early stages, they believed that having a mental illness was a demon possessing you. It wasn't heard of. It was not true. So, people were groomed to think that way. People were groomed to not talk things out. People were groomed to not express themselves. People were groomed to believe that they shouldn't go to therapy. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do that. So it was so hard for us to be able to get out of that. So that's why it's important for us to talk about this now and to groom our young people into learning that you need to talk it out. You cannot bottle your emotions. You cannot believe that everything should just be to yourself. You need someone that you're able to confide in, yet you're able to talk to about things, because times get tough. Especially in the stage that I am, times get tough and you need to talk to someone in order to be mentally sound, So yeah. Moving on to the topic of mental illness. Mental illness is something that is hard to navigate at times. Mental illnesses include things such as depression, anxiety, OCD, bipolar, schizophrenia, and so much more. And we need to be educated on those things to see if people have them and how we can help them. But we all know that the most common mental illness that people have is depression. And depression is not a temporary thing. For some people, it's because there's things like seasonal depression, like when it comes to like fall and winter, like people start getting depressed, and it's because of the lack of the sun. It's because things kind of get gloomy and dark, and it's kind of hard to be uplifting in this time of year. But there's the regular depression, which no matter like what happens, you will always go back to this period of time where you're in a funk and you feel like you cannot get out. And it is very common. especially for us young people, because it starts here. And there are little kids out there who have depression, and it's just a thing that's very common. It is really common, and we need to start talking about it. And we do start talking about it, but we need to start talking about it more, because it is important that we are balanced in our minds and that we talk things out, because depression is sometimes a hard thing to get out of. And I can personally say that it is, because I struggle with it sometimes. There are some days where I just feel like I can't get out of this. It's hard to get through the day. It's hard to be positive, you know. Even though I am a really positive and bubbly person, there's those days where I just feel like, wow, today's not the day to be feeling like this. Today's the day that I just want to hide under my covers. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this homework. I don't want to go to class. I just want to be in my bed all day with my thoughts. And sometimes that is dangerous. It is dangerous to sometimes just sit there and be stuck in your thoughts, because it can be overwhelming. You can overthink, you can overreact, and isolation is not key to getting out of things like that, you know? You have to stimulate yourself to get out of that. You have to be able to be outside and sometimes be around other people in order to get out that funk, to try and push yourself to constantly do something, not to stay stagnant in one place, you know? But that is something that we should always talk about. We should always come together and discuss the ways to do stuff. And there are ways to keep yourself mentally balanced, you know? Like, for example, I just started something that was kind of introduced to me by Georgia State. I kind of knew about it before, but didn't really do much about it because I didn't have the stuff to do it. But I started a self-care jar. And so basically in this self-care jar, which I'm about to show you right now, look how adorable it is. Ooh, has a little heart. So basically in this self-care jar, I write things that I believe I should wake up to in the morning, because I'll wake up, I'll open a jar, and I'll pull something out that is motivating me to start off my day good. So for example, one day it says I crave new and healthy experiences. So basically I crave things that are healthy for me, not something that's detrimental to me. And that helps to push me to find those things, you know, to push away those red flags and find something that is good and positive for me. For example, I'll just open it up and show you, even though I already took it out today. So basically it's either that or it's something that I should do, like for example, go meditate in the courtyard, take a shower, and, you know, listen to music, go to the pool, stuff like this. So for example, this one, it says I see the beauty in everything. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if my handwriting, it might be backwards, but anyway, it says I see the beauty in everything. So I started doing that recently, and it has helped me to start my day off good. There's so many things you can do to take care of your mental health. You can start seeing a therapist. I know therapy is expensive, and it really is, and people don't have the money for it a lot of times. So, you know, you could try and use the resources, the free resources you have around you. But I know where I am in college, we are offered 15 free sessions per semester at the Counseling and Testing Center. And so we are able to utilize those. We don't have to do them all at once. We can spread them out if we wanted to, but they offer that to us because we don't want to just go there when we need it. We want to go there when we least expect it, and at least have that, you know, that balance and that support system in order to talk to someone and to confide in someone and to feel better about ourselves. Because let me tell you right now, if your mental health is not in a good spot, it's going to affect every single little thing in your life. I promise you. If your mental health is not okay, your physical health will start failing, your spiritual health will start failing, your financial health will start failing. It's a balance of everything, you know? Just like with physical, if your physical health is failing, your mental health will fail, your financial health will fail, your spirit. Everything is interconnected with each other, and that's why it is key to keep it balanced, because it's important that we are balanced. And there will be days where you're like this or like that, but we try some days to keep it like this, you know? And it's good to keep it like that because we want to live life. Life is worth living, okay? It is worth it to be happy. Yes, we will have struggles. Yes, we will have tragedy. We will have trauma. But guess what? In the end, there should be a light at the end of it, saying that it was worth us to push through this, to come see this end result of us smiling and being happy and being able to be fully in ourselves and to love ourselves. Because I mean, we don't like temporary. We want something that lasts. And if we keep trying to take care of ourselves, trying to keep us together, then that's what we will achieve. And there are so many other things you can do. I know the main thing I talked about was talking to people, going to see a therapist, confiding in someone, but there are other ways. Some other ways that people use as an outlet to express their emotions or get rid of that anger and that frustration is exercising, which is true. Running, going to the gym, lifting some weights, walking, something to do with exercise does help, you know, because it does release those endorphins that, you know, help you to feel like you're, how do I say this? To make it feel like you're letting out that stress, you're letting out that frustration, you're not bottling it in. It's basically coming out as you sweat, basically. You could meditate, you could do affirmations, actually. You can do face masks, you can sit with your friends. Like, there's so many things, and I'm not telling you how you should take care of your mental health. I'm just releasing some options that you could use. There are so many resources out there that you can use. There are apps that can help to check up on you. I know this app that I used to use, and I should get back into it. It's called Shine, and it's usually geared towards women, but I believe everybody could use it. And so basically this app, it texts you every day telling you to check in. It asks you, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? This, that. It has podcasts that help to motivate you to get throughout the day. There's so many things within the app, and there's some things that you have to pay for, but use the free ones because those are good enough for you. They send you articles that help to, you know, help relieve stress, help to talk to you how to succeed and stuff like that, and it's very important. There are also free therapy apps that you can use to talk to a person online about how you feel, and it may just be for one day, or you can do it continuously, but to let out those emotions is a great thing, because to bottling in is not good. It's basically like a ticking bomb ready to explode if you keep those emotions in. But you can also text the crisis line, which I forget the number, but I'll link it down in the bio. So you can text someone, I believe 24/7 on the thing, or you can call. But again, I will put the information down in the bio. And another thing I will talk about is that your life is worth living. And I know some days it may not feel like that because it feels like the world's against you. It feels like so many things are going wrong, but guess what? Your life is worth living. Don't end it because it seems in this moment that nothing is ever going to change. That's not true. Things will change. Every day is different. Nothing is the same. Some things are temporary and they can move on. And I feel like you should not feel like you're stuck. I know some days it is so hard to get through the day. And I know some people are dealing with much worse pain than I could ever feel. But guess what? Nothing will not be thrown your way if you cannot handle it. So I believe that your life is worth living, and that you should push through, and that it will be okay, and that ending it is never the answer, because you will be missing out on the happiness, on the success, on the love, you know. And if anybody doesn't tell you that they love you, just know that I do. Because again, your life is worth living. Don't ever think about ending it. I know there are people with those thoughts that they should end it. I'm here for you. Your life is worth living. And I will link in the description below the suicide hotline, because I know there are some people who think about ending their lives, because the amount of tragedy and trauma that is in this world is horrendous, and the fact that so many people have to go through that is mind-boggling. You know, I'm flabbergasted by the things that I hear every day that people have to go through. It's like a new thing every day, and the fact that some people go through the same things as other people is crazy. That is repetitive of how much pain and suffering that people put onto people. But I just want to leave this on a note that you are important, you are loved, you are cared for. If you're not cared by anybody or loved by anybody near you or by you, just know that this person right here, who may not be close to you, who may not know you as others, loves and cares for you, because your life is worth living. I'll say it again and again and again. Your life is worth living, okay? Because you're a person too. You're not just something to be tossed to the side. But mental health is important. Take care of yourself. Even if it's simple as drinking a cup of water, reading a book, listening to a song that you like, talking to a friend, taking a bubble bath, meditating, walking outside, exercising, and so much more. You should do it. You are important. And thank you for coming to Talks with Dami. If you would like to have me discuss a topic for the next one, I might pick it, or I might let you pick it. You comment down under this video and tell me what I should talk about. But thank you so much for listening to me and hearing me out, because I just believe that we should take care of ourselves. But anyway, see you guys later. Have a great night.
It's KGB.